Live from the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is News 3 Now's special coverage of the Republican National Convention.
It is the final day of the Republican National Convention, live from Milwaukee. I'm News 3 Now's Eric Franke, joined by Charlotte Deleste.
It has been a jam-packed 4 days here as Republicans unveil their platform to the nation and who they hope to see leading it. Our team coverage continues at this convention, and we're going to begin with Susan Simon and Brady Mallory, who are live inside Fiserv Forum.
Well, things are just getting started here in the Fiserv Forum, and of course, unity. That's been the big buzzword all week, and that's what supporters of Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump expect him to talk about in his big speech as he officially accepts his party's nomination.
That's right. The big question is, will he do it? Will he stick to a message of unity in his message tonight and throughout the rest of the campaign? Earlier today, Brady and I spoke with Senator Ron Johnson and U.S. Senate candidate Republican Eric Hovde, and both of them felt strongly that they expect Trump to stick to that message and not go off script as he tends to do sometimes at his rallies.
Right. Yeah, they both said that they expect this to be his acceptance speech and not one of his rallies, as you were saying. And supporters say that they also want him to touch on things like the economy, border security, and we'll also see if he touches on any of the social issues or women's health care that the Republican Party has often taken extreme stances on.
And we could be in for a long night here. It could be 3 or 4 hours before former President Trump takes the stage to give his acceptance speech. There's going to be a concert by Kid Rock in between speakers, and there's a long list of speakers on the docket tonight. But we will be here throughout the night as long as it takes, and we'll bring you all of the coverage later tonight. This is it. This is the grand finale. This is what brought all of these delegates to Wisconsin and Milwaukee to see.
And I wonder if anyone can even hear us right now with all that music behind us. Well, with that, we will send it back to you. Hey guys, so we're down here on the convention floor. As you were mentioning, it is kind of hard to hear. There's a band going behind us. So on that stage behind me, in just a few hours, former President Donald Trump will formally accept his party's nomination to be on this November's ballot. Now, Wisconsin here was not actually always Trump country. If you remember back to 2016, the Republican primary, Wisconsin actually went for Ted Cruz. And Trump has also been at odds with some Republicans here in Wisconsin, among them Assembly Speaker Robin Vos. We caught up with Vos, though, outside the Fiserv Forum earlier today. Here's what he had to say about the speech tonight.
I am full-throated Donald Trump because he is clearly the better option than Joe Biden. Look, I want to make sure that we have conservative policies that work. I am confident that after what I heard here, we're a big open tent.
Now we're expecting former President Donald Trump to take the stage, as well as his son and many other speakers tonight. We'll continue to keep you updated with our full coverage. But, you know, it's not just Republicans that we're keeping an eye on. We're also keeping an eye on the Democrats as well. Our Braden Ross joins us now with more. What are we hearing, Braden?
Yeah, well, what actually we're seeing, I want to point out, is a few signs that say fire Joe Biden. And ironically, that's somewhat akin to the conversation we're hearing rumblings of in the Democratic Party. Now, there are a few Democrats here at the RNC in Milwaukee. One of those, Milwaukee County Executive and Democrat David Crowley. I ran into him in the halls of the RNC today and asked him about those reports that top Democrats are making a strong push for Biden to step down. Here's what he said.
Just say that this is somewhat an inside family feud, right? And when you have your family feuds, you go through those motions. But at the end of the day, we are family, and I think that we're going to be able to rally around Joe Biden. I mean, I've heard the reports, but I haven't heard these people actually say it, and so.
Now, I also asked him about the contrast he's seeing between the Republican Party and his own this week. The GOP, of course, is rallying around their candidate, while Democrats seem split on theirs. He told me while the GOP may be putting on a unified front here in Milwaukee, he thinks it's more of the party falling in line behind Trump out of necessity rather than true agreement and unity. He says he is confident the Democratic Party will come together behind Joe Biden when push comes to shove. And of course, we will continue to follow that situation as it develops over the next, tonight, next few days possibly, and keep you updated when we learn more, of course. Reporting live at the Fiserv Forum, Braden Ross, News 3 Now. I'm going to send it back to Eric and Charlotte now.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, we want to remind everyone we will be back live from Milwaukee with extra bonus coverage. Starting at 8:30, we'll be streaming extended coverage with special guests, interviews, and much more. And that stream will head into CBS national coverage of the convention and Donald Trump's acceptance speech tonight. To watch it, just head to channel3000.com.
All right, coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, we look at the impact today's political climate is having on all of our mental health.
And we'll have much more coverage coming to you live from Milwaukee as the Republican National Convention enters its final hours. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
After a serious motorcycle crash, don't trust the insurance company. Call Gruber Law Offices first. We've been representing injured bikers for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You may come from a plug family, and I come from a no plug family, but one day our great families will come together in marriage.
There's an electrified vehicle for everyone to fall in love with. Get offers on select models at the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event.
Get special offers on select Lexus ES models.
The Buy More, Save More sale is back. It's the best time to refresh your whole house because the more you buy, the more you save. You can take up to $300 off your purchase of bedroom, dining, sofas, home office, and so much more. Use Steinhaffel's 60-month financing to make your dream room even more affordable. The Buy More, Save More sale, only at Steinhaffel's. Shop in store or online at steinhaffels.com.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
News 3 Now this morning is live all week long from the Republican National Convention. Get a recap of the previous day's events at the RNC. We'll provide a unique local perspective, including interviews and analysis. Join us on the next News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 6, moving forward.
Welcome back to our coverage of the Republican National Convention here in Milwaukee. Right now, we're going to step away from all of this for just a little bit.
Yeah, let's go back to Madison, where News 2 Now's Jalen Banks is standing by with today's local headlines. Jalen?
Eric and Charlotte, thank you. Lots of stuff going on in the Dairy State as the state celebrates Culver's 40th birthday today in Sauk City. Governor Tony Evers was on the site of the first location to proclaim July 18th as Culver's Day in Wisconsin. The building that stands in Sauk City now was built in the year 2000, much larger than the original blue-roofed restaurant. Founder Craig Culver says the secret recipe to the growth that Culver's has always seen has been the people.
My dad made that clear to me a long time ago as well. When we had 100 or so restaurants, he said, Culver, it's not important how many restaurants we have. What's important is how many good restaurants we have. And how do you get a good anything? Business, organization, people, 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 people.
Culver's now has about 900 locations in about 26 states across the country. Now, with this being an election year, tension around people in politics continues to increase. Our Mayor Hubbard met with one young person in Madison that shared her experience with political division.
Politics can be polarizing and something that can create tension between family members, friends, and loved ones. Today, I'm on the streets of Madison to talk to people about how politics has changed their relationship with themselves and others. Politics aren't easy to talk about, especially now.
In today's world, if you say, I support one person, then people could be like, well, because I support this person, then I don't really want to be with you.
Isabel Kelly Vargas is a Madison local that knows what it feels like to be isolated, not even for necessarily her own beliefs, but for her family's.
At my school, because my family supported one person, they shunned me and called me names and all of that.
Political debate doesn't just happen among adults. It can trickle down to young people as well.
Like, because of that, I always thought, okay, well, then there's something wrong with me. My esteem went down, and I was more quiet as a child, and whenever I would come back home, I would always be crying and wasn't really, like, happy with who I was, because I would, like, be saying to myself, why did they disagree with me? We were always friends, but before this political faction happened, now they're treating me differently.
Isabel was only 10 years old when she experienced the pain that can come with political division.
But once I got older and I matured more, I realized, well, that's okay that they disagree with me.
Isabel is a teenager now, but even compared to most adults, she's learned how to look past politics.
I feel like that's one big thing that we have to do in today's society, is to just love family for who they are as a person, as their physical being, rather for their political views.
Something in there is a lesson that you're never too young or too old to show respect to others. Regardless of your political beliefs, every single person I talked to today said that your family, friends, and mental health comes first. Reporting in downtown Madison, I'm Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Meryl, thank you. There's still more news ahead on News 3 Now at 6. After the break, we take a look at how hotels in Milwaukee have been dealing with the increase in traffic during the convention. Plus, what's the weather looking like ahead for the weekend? Alex has those answers in the complete First One forecast.
If you're interested in installing a solar system this year, listen up. We only have a few available spots remaining in 2024. Scan the QR code on your screen now to save your spot so you can get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
Drive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
This is where all your dreams come true. You are the Moulin Rouge!
Madison's most spectacular night out is Moulin Rouge, the musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it dazzling, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Now playing at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
Baraboo Furniture and Mattress is celebrating Wisconsin's hot summer months with a huge hot summer sale. Save from 20 to 60% off every item store-wide. Over $1 million of quality name brands on display in our beautiful new showroom, including Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, England, Ashley, Spring Air, Amish Furniture, and much more, all on sale. Get special free financing, all credit welcome. Hurry in today to the huge store-wide hot summer sale at Baraboo Furniture and Mattress, where your satisfaction is our guarantee.
If you're interested in installing a solar system this year, listen up. We only have a few available spots remaining in 2024. Scan the QR code on your screen now to save your spot so you can get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, moving forward.
The RNC finding a home here in Milwaukee gives the Republican Party hope when it comes to getting votes in our swing state.
But does the location of a convention like this really matter all that much to voters? Well, News 3 Now's Maddie Himes set out to find out. Maddie?
That's right, Charlotte, Eric. We went outside the perimeter today to ask local Milwaukeeans if this week's convention would have a real impact on their vote. And they told us that while it was exciting to have the nation's eyes on their city, there was a general consensus that the convention is affecting their daily commute more than their political affiliation. Take a listen.
You know, shines a little bit of a spotlight on the city and all. It's exciting
but it doesn't really mean anything in terms of voting, really. So I'm kind of sitting on the sidelines, just kind of trying to take it in and figure things out.
In the weeks directly following the 2016 RNC in Cleveland, Hillary Clinton actually took a slight lead over Donald Trump in polling of Ohio voters. So while behind us here in the Pfizer, the energy and that strong support for Donald Trump has been evident all week, outside the perimeter might be a bit of a different story. Reporting live outside the Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Here we go. Well, with thousands of visitors in Wisconsin for the RNC, they need somewhere to stay.
Yeah, there are a lot of folks here. So the RNC in Milwaukee, they made a deal with hotels to block off their schedules for this week. One resort hosting delegates is the Abbey Resort on Lake Geneva. The general manager of the Abbey Resort has set aside his 340 rooms to host one state's delegates. The Abbey is one of 110 hotels in Wisconsin contracted for the convention, stretching from Sheboygan, Madison, and Kenosha. In the end, the GM of the Abbey says he wants to showcase what Lake Geneva and Wisconsin have to offer.
At the end of the week, what do you want your customers and your guests to take away from their experience here?
We really hope that what they take away is an experience that says, we want to come back to Wisconsin, we want to come back to Lake Geneva, and we want to come back to the Abbey. If we've done that, we've really accomplished our mission for the week.
These resorts and hotels have had years to plan for this week. Visit Milwaukee approached them back in the spring of 2022, more than 2 years ago, to get their support. Meanwhile, this stretch of calm and quiet weather continues. Absolutely beautiful here in Milwaukee. We go to Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington now with a complete forecast back in Madison. Alex?
Eric, here in Madison, beautiful weather as well. Current temperature outside right now, 75 degrees. That dew point, it's a measure of moisture. I talk about it when I need to talk about it, and it's time to talk about it. At 50 degrees, that's dry. Really, really comfortable. And compare that to dew points where we were in the upper 60s, lower, middle, and even upper 70s just a few days ago. Temperatures this evening as we plan your evening here in Madison going down to about 60 as we head towards the late evening hours. And then we're going to start off Friday on a sunny note. Temperatures right around 55 degrees. Got a little blog going on meteorologist Alex Harrington Facebook about, do you have the AC off? Do you have the windows open? And lots of comments going on there. You're welcome to join. 75 again in Madison, 75 in Janesville, 74 in Lone Rock, low to mid 70s. Normal highs for this time of year are in the lower 80s. Nothing like that across southern Wisconsin right now. Future track again, starting temperatures off right around 55 at daybreak. As we get to 7:30, we're already into the 60s. Moving towards the lunch hour, you might want to just take it outside and enjoy. 74 in Madison, 73 in Janesville, and 73 to the north, upwards in the Dells. And we'll end the day 78, 79 degrees, right around 80. Low humidity values, just a couple of clouds out there. This weekend, we've got 80 on Saturday. Beautiful day. Sunday, some shower and storm chances will build in throughout the daytime. Temperatures are going up just a little bit, too, at 82, and the humidity levels will be increasing as well. 82 is the normal high, and it's going to be the popular high temperature for much of next week. Then we go up just a little bit towards the end of next week. That's going to be joined with increasing humidity levels. Very comfy humidity levels. It's gorgeous, as we all know right now. Thursday lasting into Friday. Saturday afternoon, though, we'll start to see the humidity start to increase just a little bit, and it'll turn more on the humid side as we go out into next week. Now look at this. With that humidity levels increasing, lows will be in the 60s. So a touch on the muggy side throughout much of next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even carrying on into Saturday, staying a little bit on the muggy side. Wednesday is likely going to be the day of the week that has the most shower and the most thunderstorm activity, scattered activity expected at that point in time. Real quick, some tornado stats. We've had 41 in the state of Wisconsin already this year, and the severe weather season is not over. More with the RNC in just a few moments.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Wood decks can require hours of tedious maintenance every year. Our decks outlast wood 3 to 1 and are virtually maintenance-free. And all of our decks are backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, you can save $1,000 on your new deck project. Visit the website or call the number for your new deck today.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
How much I weigh is nobody's business.
But Eric Hovde wants to make it his.
Eric Hovde thinks that if you're overweight, insurance companies should charge you more.
There should be consequences to those personal choices. Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
Hovde would increase health care costs for 1 out of every 3 people in Wisconsin.
Eric Hovde, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. Update your home with new indoor-outdoor carpet. Ashbury carpet is weather-resistant, making it ideal for an outdoor space. Only 89 cents a square foot after rebate. Shop our stylish selection of Hunter ceiling fans and elevate your home's living space. Pick up the Bryn ceiling fan for $134.97 after 11% rebate at Menards. America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome to the Health Spa. We always knew that we wanted to grow, and we couldn't find the right location. When this spot appeared, like, gosh, if we can get this location secured.
We both approached Olivia at Tobacco Credit Union, and she walked us through the paperwork and the process in order to get this project started.
The best thing about working with Tobacco was they also showed us other available opportunities that could help us actually reduce our loan rate. So they are partners with us, and with the help of them, we've been able to create this beautiful space.
It's the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday. Buy one, get one free. Get BOGOs, BOGOs, and more BOGOs. Buy one, get one free, including on our award-winning Hy-Vee Chinese. Get BOGOs on more than 100 items store-wide. And when you buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. And buy one, get one free. Don't miss the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, moving forward.
Welcome back to our coverage of the Republican National Convention. Former President Trump is preparing to deliver an acceptance speech for the Republican nomination tonight.
And so grateful to have our political analyst back with us today, Brandon Schulz, longtime Republican strategist. And Brandon, a lot of people looking forward to this speech tonight. We have seen, and you and I have commented on it, maybe a reflective expression on the former president's face during the events here at the convention. Okay. What are you expecting tonight? A different message from him? Different style?
Well, if you think before this convention, everybody was expecting Trump to be Trump, as he is in the rallies, and bombastic and, going on forever, and just all sorts of stuff. And what we've seen at this convention, because he came out Monday, which again was a little unconventional, right after the assassination, very reflective, very pensive, very paid attention to the speeches. So he's been there every single night. This is a little bit of a different Donald Trump than we've seen before. So when it comes to his speech tonight, the big question is he going to continue in this kind of reflective position he's in? Has this assassination attempt kind of created this unity piece that he's put together? And in the last few days, he's had a lot of his opponents here that have joined on board. They've all come together. It's been unity, unity, unity. I think the expectation is that Trump continues that tonight. Now, whether it takes an hour and a half, I guess we're going to see, but I think that's the expectation of what he's kind of laid out and how they've positioned the other speakers to give that message.
So he clearly went through a very traumatic event this past weekend, and anybody would be changed by this, you would think. I'm wondering, because we have noticed a bit of a softening on
at least his expression,
right? Exactly, and we haven't heard him speak yet. I'm wondering if now healthcare, mental health is going to come out of his mouth at least to talk about this.
It may. If you look at the themes this week, it's been make people's lives better, jobs, wealth, sort of thing. It's been safe. It's been, grow America. Whether or not they're going to open it up to more issues than the core issues that they've been dealing with and promoting successfully, from economics to immigration to crime, those sorts of things. He has been, and all of the speakers have been focused on that. Whether or not tonight is the time when Trump opens up to introduce a new issue, that's delicate. Now, in light of what happened with the assassination, maybe he comes back and comments on that. Whether he gets to health care, mental health issues, yet to be seen. But remember, you've got several months to go, so this campaign could open those topics up easily.
Let's talk a little bit about the Democrats. I know, so you're a Republican strategist, you're going against them. It seems like a very difficult time right now within that party, does it not?
It's a struggle. I mean, just think if your leader is subject to people's not having confidence in him being able to run, and we've clearly heard all week long the number of calls and letters that have been sent to the president suggesting that maybe he back off. Now, people are speculating that in the next 36 to 36 hours to 5 or 6 days, that could happen. And if it happens, it's going to happen quickly because there's so much that they have to do under the thing. They've got to reach out to everybody, elected officials, party leaders, all across the country to get them on the same message as to why the president is going to make this change, if he makes the change. They do it, they have to do it fast. If they do, they have an opportunity in their convention. They've got the shiny new penny. We had J.D. Vance. They're going to have the shiny new penny because they'll have a new nominee for president, vice president. That's a great opportunity for the Democrats to try and recover what they've been going through for the last several weeks.
What are you really hoping? If you could put a bow on this convention tonight, what would that be?
Well, I think the bow is already on because, this whole convention changed. The message changed. They've had new speakers. They've kind of realigned things. They're going to come out of here as unified as these delegates could be. And that transfers not only to the 2,400 delegates that are here, the 50,000 people in Milwaukee, but across the country who've been watching this convention, who are diehard Republicans. They're going to go out. They're ready for Donald Trump. They're ready for J.D. Vance. They're ready. They're excited to go. And coming out of this convention, the bow is already on.
Yeah, it's certainly been a positive week for them. If you're a campaign manager and you're sending J.D. Vance to take down the blue wall, is that what you're doing? You're sending him throughout the Midwest? Will we see him a lot in Wisconsin?
I think you see him in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. You might even see him in Minnesota, Illinois, just in the bigger package of the blue wall of the Midwest. That lets the President Trump, go out and campaign in the South and, in the West, in different places where maybe he hasn't been so much. So they now have a 1-2 punch. And J.D. Vance is just going to keep himself here in the Midwest until he solves that problem.
One interesting thing, we had Fox Business Channel next to us all week. They've been positioned up here. I heard their reporter, so I'm crediting them for this. They said the word Biden is not in the president's speech at all tonight. So that can tell you what kind of speech we're expecting.
Which leads you to believe that Biden is not their issue right now. They'll let the Democrats have to deal with that. Biden, and Donald Trump and J.D. Vance can go out in the country. They can talk their issues, and they don't have to worry about the Democrats for a few weeks.
Brandon, great perspectives. We always appreciate the RNC coming to a close. The Democrats, of course, will be holding their national convention next month in Chicago. Charlotte and I will be there with Susan and Brady as well, and the rest of our reporters and crew will also be along with us.
This is going to take place at the United Center from August 19th through the 22nd. We're going to bring you all of the latest coverage from the Windy City, and as always on channel3000.com.
And that's all the time we have for now, and we want to remind folks, coming up tonight at 8:30, we'll be streaming a recap of all the day's events at channel3000.com.
But for now, thank you for watching News 3 Now at 6, and we will see you back here later tonight.